faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Given a chance to make good by Perry White, city editor of the Daily Planet, young Clark Kent, who was really Superman, leaped out a window 20 stories above the ground and vanished in a swirl of fog. Secret warnings had come to the newspaper of a vague and sinister plot against the railroads of the West. Mild-mannered Clark Kent had received orders to go west at once and investigate. Already danger is forming in the path of the Silver Clipper, crack train of the West Coast Railroad, roaring over the prairie on her way to Denver and Salt Lake. All planes were grounded by fog and sleet. But today, as our story continues, a strange figure hurtles through space. Red cape streaming in the whistling wind. Superman speeds to his assignment.
24 hours to go. The Silver Clipper leaves Denver tomorrow night on her way to Salt Lake City. That man who calls himself the Wolfe. Have to find out who he is, too. Said the train would never get there. We'll see. If you're up to something, look out. Because the other side has Superman.
And as Superman wings his way westward, following the faint steel ribbon of the railway line below him, two men sit waiting in a tiny shack in the Colorado foothills. One of them is Keno Carter, gunman, gambler, bad man of the Southwest. Keno waits nervously, wait for some word from the figure across the table, the dark, shadowy figure who calls himself the Wolfe.
Hey, listen, boss. Will you please tell me what we're doing out here now? The Silver Clipper ain't due till tomorrow. Don't even leave Denver till tomorrow afternoon.
Very true, Keno. But the Western Limited is due in exactly 10 minutes.
Well, what are you going to do with the Limited?
I warned various people and newspapers that something would happen to the Silver Clipper tomorrow night. As it will. So far, they've chosen to ignore me. Very well. When they see what overtakes the Limited in slightly less than 10 minutes, they will pay more attention to me when I call again.
Now listen, boss. What is this, a game? What are you trying to do?
Why ask me, Keno? Do I know any more than you? We're told to paralyze the railroads. That's all. But it's enough. We obey orders.
Well, whose orders? Where did they come from?
Yours come from me. And you know what happens, Keno, if you disregard them. Shall I tell you again?
No, never mind.
Very well. Come outside. Not long to wait now. If the Limited is on time, we should begin to hear her.
I don't hear nothing.
She is on time. Have you done what I told you?
Yeah, I done it. But I don't see...
You will see, Keno, very shortly indeed.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Scare him to death?
Listen now to what I tell you.
I'm listening.
That train will be going over that trestle down there in another 7 or 8 minutes.
So what?
At the end of the trestle, as you can see, Keno, the track turns and runs along the cliff on the mountainside.
Yeah, I see.
The mountains to one side, very steep and abrupt, then the track, then the canyon, 300 feet deep.
Hey, listen. You going to throw him down the canyon? The whole 10 cars?
As I said before, all you have to do is obey orders.
All right. What do I do?
You wait till the train has crossed the trestle, then you fire the charge.
Right away?
Count 10, if you like.
All right. Then what?
Then events will take their natural course. After which you will come back and join me in the cabin.
Hey, she's coming. Coming fast.
Moving, my friend. Let her cross the trestle. Then count 10.
Good. Still following the railway. Ought to be getting fairly close to Denver. Looks like a long trestle up ahead. I'd get aboard that train if it weren't so slow. I'll drop down a bit and look it over. What's that man on the side of the mountain doing? Looks like he's got a charging battery for dynamite blasting. Something queer about that. Seems to be waiting. He's waiting for the train. Gonna blast it right off the tracks. This looks like some of your dirty work, Wolfe. Well, here's where Superman takes a hand. I've got to stop that train. It's got to be fast. There's the observation platform. What luck. Nobody on it. Now then. Grab the platform ring. There. Leap on board. Now to join the passengers is Clark Kent, cub reporter for the Daily Planet. Off for the Cape, into ordinary clothes, and inside.
Please, all tickets. Tickets west of Pueblo. All tickets, please. Tickets, please. May I have your ticket, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, conductor, but I've lost it.
No, you've lost it. And I'm afraid that I'll have to ask you to pay the fare.
Now, you know, I'm terribly sorry, but I seem to have lost my money, too.
I thought so. You've been riding the blinds and figured you'd sneak in here where it's warm. Well, we know how to deal with bums like you.
Yes, that's right, conductor. Stop the train and put me off. I don't mind.
Huh? Say, who are you?
Clark Kent, reporter for the Daily Planet. But that's all right. I ought to be more careful. Teach me a good lesson.
Well, I guess I'll take a chance. If you're really a reporter, you're liable to write up a story about getting kicked off our train. You can stay where you are.
But look here.
I'll take care of you when we get to town. And if you're not a reporter...
No good, I overplayed it. Great Scott, I gotta do something, and quick, too. We're on the trestle. Where's that emergency cord?
Hey, what's going on here? Who pulled that cord?
I did, conductor. I'm terribly sorry.
Sorry? Well, you better be sorry. Here, come back here. Come back here.
I can't stay, conductor. My conscience bothers me. I'll just jump off right where we are on the trestle.
You
here.
come back here.
Oh, I'll be all right. Don't worry about me.
I got you. No, you can't get away this time. Now, you stay right here.
I want to get off.
Well, you ain't getting off. You'll go to jail for this. You come back up them steps.
Look, up the mountain, conductor. That flash.
Hey, what the... What's going on up there?
It was a blast. An explosion up the mountain. Great Scott, conductor, look what's coming.
Oh, Lord save us, it's a rock slide. Tons of rock coming down on the track.
Listen to it.
And right ahead of us, too. Took the tracks out like two pieces of string. Oh, Lord. And now they're all coming out to find out what happened. It's all right, ladies and gentlemen, no danger. Just a rock slide up ahead. That's all, there may be a slight delay.
Hey, you don't think you can dig through that, do you?
Now get back in the train, please, get back. It's dangerous out here. Back on board, please. We may be held up a little while. Back on board, everybody, please. We'll be pulling out directly.
Now then, conductor, I think you owe me a vote of thanks.
Oh, you do you? Well, what makes you think that?
Well, use your eyes, man. Where would you be now if I hadn't stopped the train?
Huh? Well, now, there may be something in what you say. I'm not denying if we'd been going our regular speed, we'd have got that rock slide right about the third car.
I'll say you would. You'd have been down in that canyon, too. And it's 300 feet deep. As a matter of fact, that's where you were intended to be.
Oh, is it? Well, what makes you think so?
Goodbye, conductor. I'll see you later.
Hey, you come back here. Catch that guy. Joe, Mike, don't let him get away from the dock. Where'd he go? Catch him.
20 tons of rock. Why, that's nothing. Hardly a workout. Anything to put a crimp in the Wolfe's plans. That Clark Kent, reporter, simply must be in Denver by morning. First of all, down into the canyon for the missing rails. There they are. Now, back to the roadbed. I never swept up a rock slide before, but there's nothing like trying. Here we go. Ha! Why, it's nothing. I'll have the line clear before that conductor knows I've gone. The Limited will be in Denver in an hour.
Well, Keno, all done? What happened?
No, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. What do you mean?
One of them things, boss. The train stopped on the trestle.
Stopped? That train never stops.
Well, it stopped this time, and a guy got out, and I didn't know, so I shot the stuff.
Yes, I heard it.
But didn't you come out to look?
I thought I'd better stay hidden.
Well, there was a rock slide, and that's all. The train wasn't scratched. The line's blocked, but the train ain't hurt.
This man who got out, who was he?
After the slide, I snuck down and joined the mob, see? I heard him talking about a newspaper guy and looking for him. Name of Clark Kent.
Kent? I don't know him.
Well, you better, because he knows us.
What's that?
I don't know. All I can tell you is they're looking for him.
Clark Kent, a newspaper man, who knew enough to stop that train. Well, we shall look for him too, my friend.
We'll have lots of time. They won't get the line clear this side of Sunday.
We shall look for this Mr. Kent, and when we find him... the train. They've decided to go back to Pueblo. Let's look. Keno, that train.
What?
It's going west.
Why, it can't be. Hey, well, what the...
But it is. It's on its way to Denver.
Why, it can't be. Why, there was 20 tons of rock on the line.
Look for yourself, Keno. It's not possible. It's not human. But look. Well, very well. We go to Denver too, Keno, at once, to find out what goes on, and to take care of Mr. Kent, the newspaper man. Get the plane ready.
Say, gang, you kind of like Superman, don't you? Why, sure. Most of you follow his adventures in the funny papers and listen to him on the radio every day. Well, Superman is just one of the characters on those 18 different comic buttons that now come in packages of Kellogg's Pep. Yes, in every package, there's a swell prize. Maybe a button with Superman on it, or Winnie Winkle, or her brother Perry. The pictures are in full comic strip colors on sturdy metal with a handy pin on the back, so that you can wear your whole collection of buttons on your jacket or dress or cap. You'll want to collect all 18 of these brand new comic buttons, so it's a good idea to hold tight to any duplicate. Then trade with your pals for some button you don't have yet, and help round out your collection. And here's how easy it is to get these exciting new comic buttons. You don't send in a single penny, not even a box top. You just ask Mom to get you several packages of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Then look inside the package and see which prize you find. Remember now, you can't buy these buttons anywhere. They come only as prizes in packages of Kellogg's Pep. Ask Mom for P-E-P, Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman.
Morning newspapers have carried Kent's story of the rock slide. And while railroad officials and government men search desperately for clues, Kent himself walks briskly toward the great central station for a conference with the division superintendent. But meanwhile, in a secret hiding place overlooking the railroad yard, the man called the Wolfe talks with his subordinate, Keno.
So, at last the unbelieving fools begin to take me seriously. You have read the stories, Keno?
I read them.
Well, why so sullen?
Well, I don't understand it. I tell you, that track was blocked for 100 feet, and yet 5 minutes later, the Continental went right on through.
Next time, my friend, please to observe more accurately. Obviously, the track was not blocked for 100 feet. It was not blocked at all.
But I tell you it was.
You should join forces with the conductor of the train. He swears that a tremendous figure in blue tights and a red cape appeared from nowhere, replaced the missing rails, cleared away 20 tons of rock, and made a safe passage for the train, all in a matter of minutes. Oh, yes, and he is now confined in the city hospital, that conductor, for observation.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I seen the same thing myself.
That will do, my friend. We have no time for pipe dreams. You were deceived by shadows. And now listen, there's work to do. I note that this story is signed by that newspaper man, Clark Kent, the one who was on the train.
Well, I told you about him.
I should like to be better informed. That fellow seems to know a great deal. How he knows, I have no idea. He was assigned to cover the story back east. Do you know where he is now?
I did what you told me. I trailed him. He left his hotel to go see the divisional superintendent of the railroad.
Did he? How lucky.
Lucky.
We'll kill two birds with one stone. We've got them on the run. They're worried, Keno, and frightened.
I hope you're right.
They don't know which way to turn or what to believe. They'd like to keep the Silver Clipper in Denver tonight, but they don't dare. They don't dare, Keno. They can't admit they're terrified. And wait till they get my telegram.
Telegram?
Can you dress up like a messenger, Keno?
Huh?
Uniform and so on?
Oh, sure.
Excellent, excellent. You will put on your fake uniform and take this wire, also fake, to the superintendent.
Now?
At once. If you have luck, you'll find him with Mr. Clark Kent. You will also find, I think, that he is trying to locate a missing engine, Keno.
Missing engine?
Just so. If he finds it, I'll eat it.
Huh?
Never mind. Get your uniform on, Keno. Deliver the telegram personally. And bring back as much of the conversation as you can. Now, where's that conductor's story? Quite the funniest reading I've seen this week. A Superman, huh? Appearing out of the night.
Hello? Yes, this is the superintendent speaking. What? Well, trace it again. Trace it from both ends of the line. Oh, nuts. Don't tell me you can't find it. Do you think a locomotive and tender could vanish into thin air? Check every station master and call me back. I'm sorry, Mr. Kent.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Stupid idiots. Look here, we sent a spare engine and tender down the line last night, and now they can't tell me where it is.
What?
Never mind. Let's get back to this business, the Continental.
Any more news of that conductor?
No, not so far. Poor fellow's out of his mind.
What do you suppose he thought he saw? All that business about a Superman.
Yes, I only wish to heaven they'd never printed it.
Well, I didn't report that, believe me.
No, I know. And now look here, Kent. I've checked with your paper back east, and they tell me that it's all right, that you're here to do what you can. Now, what do you want to know?
Well, first of all, have you any idea what's back of this trouble on the railroads?
Not the slightest. If you ask me, there's a lunatic at large.
Oh, don't you believe it?
Oh, what else can I believe? It's too senseless, utterly mad.
Well, you had warnings.
Yes, which we ignored. We get them all the time from cranks and nuts.
But these warnings came true.
Well, so what of it?
Well, do you still think they came from cranks and nuts?
All right, Kent. What do you think?
I think that one man or a group of men is trying to paralyze the country with fear.
Yes, but why?
I'm afraid we'll find that out later. Unless we can stop them.
Good Lord, we've got to stop them. This can't go on, Kent.
We'll do what we can.
What do you suggest?
I suggest that you don't let the Silver Clipper leave Denver tonight.
Oh, Kent, she's got to leave. Can you imagine what the reaction would be if she didn't?
You're taking a chance.
I can't help that. She's got to go.
Well, then we must work fast. We only have until this evening. I have one more idea.
Yes, what is it?
Well, if you read my story carefully, you'll see that I imply I know more than I printed.
Yes, I did notice that. Well, do you?
Not yet, but I expect to.
How?
The people back of this, particularly the man called the Wolfe, will want to know just what I do know and where I got it.
Well?
I propose to show myself around until he catches up with me.
Will he?
I think so. I was shadowed this morning on my way here.
Good Lord. You were?
So I think he and his friends are just waiting their chance. And I'm going to give it to them.
Oh, Kent, don't do it. Why, if they'd wreck a train, why, they wouldn't think twice about it.
About putting me out of the way?
Yes.
Don't worry.
But why? What's the idea?
While they're finding out how much I know, I may be finding out one or two little items about them.
Well, I only hope. Here. How long have you been standing there, messenger?
Oh, I just come, boss. You the divisional superintendent?
Telegram?
Yes, sir. For you personally. They told me to bring it right in. I seen the door was open, so I walked.
hope they found that engine.
Well?
That's all, messenger. Get out.
Yes, sir.
No, wait. Hey, where'd you get this wire?
Huh? Why, the office gave it to me. Said to bring it right over.
All right. Go on. Close the door behind you. Say, Kent, listen to this.
Yes?
Where an engine is now, a train will be tomorrow. The Silver Clipper will vanish like smoke, never to be seen by the eyes of living men.
Well, sounds like black magic.
I don't believe it. Why, they'd never dare.
Oh, they dare, all right. Is that telegram signed?
Yes. It's signed The Wolfe.
The Wolf. Look here, Mr. Superintendent.
Huh?
That settles it. Have that wire checked. Find out who sent it and when and from where, if you can. My guess is you'll discover it's faked. I wish we'd held that messenger.
Kent, what are you going to do?
Just what I said I'd do. Put myself in the hands of the Wolf and see who wins.
Superintendent speaking. What? What? Why, look here, that's not possible. It can't be. Man alive, think what you're saying. Now, look here, you tell that crew to report here in my office. That's right, at once. My God, Frizz, I bet I'll find out something.
Anything new?
Why, it's the silliest thing I ever heard. Wait, that telegram. Where an engine is now, I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a minute.
What is it?
Kent, that locomotive and tender, it passed through Kingston at 11:15.
Yes?
And it passed through Richville at 11:50.
Well?
It should have reached Lewisburg at 12:20, just 30 minutes later.
And it didn't? It wasn't on time?
On time? I had never got there at all.
Oh, well, that's easy. It left the rail somewhere in between.
Yes, you'd think so. But listen to this. A crew left Richville and a crew left Lewisburg. They met somewhere in between, just now in broad daylight. And neither crew had seen a sign of that engine anywhere.
That's not possible.
No, it isn't, is it? Black magic. Isn't that what you called it, Kent? I think I'm going mad like that conductor. Well, what are you going to do?
Do? I'm going out to hunt wolves. Anybody looking? No. Quick. Out of these clothes. Now, that window. Goodbye to Clark Kent temporarily. Superman's turn now. Find out where those devils are hiding. And to listen while they tell me what they know. Up, over the yards. Circle around a bit. Ah, there goes that messenger. Watch him. I'll land on that roof. Down into the street. There he goes. To that house with the broken railing. Now then, I think I'll become Clark Kent again. Respectable representative of the Daily Planet. I'll just walk casually down that street and see what happens.
So, he thinks he'll find out one or two little items about us, huh, Keno?
Yeah, that's what he said before they saw me standing there.
I think I should like to question that young man on various angles of the so interesting story he wrote for this morning's paper. What are you doing by the window?
Hey, down there in the street, look.
Huh? What is it?
It's him, walking right up to the house.
What? Is that Clark Kent? How did he know where to find me? Who told him?
I don't know. Hey, don't look at me like that.
How did he know which way to take to get here?
You search me,
He
boss.
knows too much. How does he know? Quick, Keno, downstairs.
Hey, boss, what are you going to do with him?
There's a vault below us, Keno. Steel-lined and soundproof, with various devices to bring out information.
You going to take him there?
For a time, for a little conversation, my friend. Stop. Those are the people. Is he coming?
Here, right this way. Hey, wait a minute.
Is anyone else in the alley?
No, it's empty. Here he comes. We'll jump out and grab him.
All right, be ready with your blackjack.
Now. Hey, where you going?
Quick, Keno, let him have it.
Here, what a big idea.
Hey, come on, jump, boss.
Inside with him, quick.
Come on, you. No hanging back.
Good work, Keno. Good work. Down the iron stairway. Quick. Someone may have heard us.
He's trying to hang back. I'll fix him.
There we are. Shove him inside. Now, close the door. Now then, Mr. Clark Kent, the time has come for a little talk. Keno, my friend, you may prepare the aids to conversation.
Clark Kent in the power of the wolf. Or is the wolf, all unknowing, in the power of Superman? And meanwhile, where is the missing engine? Tune in and follow the story. Don't miss the next installment of Superman.
Up in the sky. Look! It's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.